Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, CIG. Good morning, all and sundry. Thank you for joining in with us on CIG Sunday Night Live. This is simply Teton here, reporting from CIG Sunday Night Live studios. Welcome today. If you are new, just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. For prospects, you are joining us around the world. Thank you for coming in, and we welcome you. Tonight promises to be explosive. We have a very big fish in the house all the way from Cameroon, and it's gonna be a very heat up night today. So get your prospects, get your team members ready to join in with us. To catch up with some of our past editions, you can log into YouTube, Longrich CIG, click on the like button, subscribe, and click on the notification button to get notified whenever we upload our videos. Thank you for joining with us. So our topic tonight says, never stop climbing the hill. Never stop climbing the hill. So our guest tonight has actually gone all through thick and thin to take us through this topic. And before she comes up, I'll be reading our profile. So we have SD Akum Sylvia, who has qualified for several incentives on the Longrich platform. And in about 2 months, in about 3 months, in 6 months, she has various achievements, going from cars to trips to incentives, Sun Diamond 7 with just 3 of our children. And she has a lot to offer. She decided to keep a very low profile, but she became a star director in the space between 2020 and 2021. Now she has moved to 2-star director. Join me as we welcome SD Akum Sylvia. Let me unmute everybody. You can just say welcome and clap your hands for her.
You're welcome. Good to have you.
Hello.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
So before we go deeply into the topic, you have decided to keep a very short profile. Can you just tell us a bit more about yourself, ma'am?
Okay, I'm Madam Mforlum Sylvia, Star Director too with Longrich. I talk more of it because that's me now. Yes, I'm a graduate from the University of Boya, Banking and Finance. And after that, 2024, I graduated with an MBA in Finance and Accounting, and I started stage in a bank. And later on, a parastater called me over, which I went there, and later on, I started internal audit. It is during the course of this internal audit that this opportunity was introduced to me. And as somebody who did not really believe in network marketing, because I tried another network marketing, I was told it's the #1, it's an American company, and so many good, they gave me a lot of hope, dreams, but anyway, it's not what I actually encountered in the company. So I just knew network marketing is for failures. So actually, what actually brought me into Longrich, I just wanted to encourage a friend of mine, Vivian, because she kept on talking to me, SD Vivian Chaco, she kept on talking to me about the business. She comes to the house, she says, Sylvia, I know you can do this. So in order to send her away, I said, okay, just go put my name in the system and come and take the money, which she did. And I didn't even know. So later on, I was invited over to the car award ceremony in February 2017. And I saw people going home with 3 brand new cars. By then it was SD Sandy, Madame Taba, and Dr. Chia. So, well, it was live. I saw cars displayed and they're, dancing, and I was like, so this is real. Well, I said, this is different from the former company. So why not try? So that February, I decided to upgrade to the level of 240 PVs, the gold pack. And that was how I started the business,
Wow.
yeah. So for me,
Yeah.
that was to a gold pack for an average African is much money. So I haven't invested,
Oh,
so I wanted to make sure I have return. So
yeah.
that's how, yeah, I began talking about the business, and I used the sanitary napkin because when I wanted the sanitary napkin, my upline, she was very strategic. She told me, no, you don't retail, or she can retail, that I should, upgrade and get it, which I did. So using the sanitary napkin, I was actually suffering from excessive flow. While in the university, I went through a major surgery for an ovarian cyst. And now the excessive flow is like after my fifth child, maybe the ovarian cyst began to regenerate, and I consulted my doctor, and well, he began to prepare my mind that I have to go through another major surgery. Sometimes they say it's still too small, so we have to allow it to get to a size where we can actually, it should be more visible so we can remove it without any problem. So
Yeah, no, let me cut you in there, because we're gonna get to that part so that you can express yourself better there. Now, the topic says never stop climbing the hill. So you want to take us through that topic, and we'll come back with the interactive section.
okay.
I forgot to announce to you guys, get your pie cup close to you, get your notepads, because you're gonna get nuggets and you're gonna be tasted tonight. You can go ahead.
So like I said, I had this issue of excessive flow. And while in the university, I went through a major surgery for an ovarian cyst. So when my upline told me about a sanitary napkin with infrared, magnetic energy, and anion, 100% coursing, and all the virtues of this product, I decided to give it a try. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to upgrade, because at that time there was a good promotion in the company. So the good thing about it is I used the pad, and 2 months after, the first month, I bled even more. But the second month, I began to experience, excessive flow, but this time it was coming out with lumps of blood, like something was really wrong. And it was very painful, as if something was pushing out of my system. I remember that day we were on our way to Boyer, and we even had to get into the petrol station because at the point in time I began to scream in the car. So we went into the petrol station and we realized that the lumps of blood was really dark and it was different. So when I called the doctor said, well, certainly the infrared has detected something and the magnetic energy is pulling it out. So I think this was the beginning of my journey in Longrich. I have a story to share. I have a testimony to sell. So I was like, wow, how many women out there suffer from same problem? I have to go out and sensitize as many women as possible, yeah, to see that, or to help them know they have a solution here. And I told myself, certainly, without this sanitary napkin, or if I was still looking for the fruit of the womb, I wouldn't have been able to conceive with, all these things in my system. So that is actually how I started Longrich. Nobody could discourage me again about the business. I already have a living proof that the products are good. So I began to go out and, share the testimony of the product. So, well, that's when my journey actually started in Longrich. Yeah, so by then, I was actually still in a parastater doing starch. And every break time, I remember I used to leave during break into all the offices to do the part demo and to talk to people about the sanitary napkin. And many people eventually bought it and came out with their own testimonies. Yes, many people too had results and others appreciated the toothpaste, and it was easy for me to tell them to register into the business so they can get the products at wholesale prices. Yeah, so that is how I started my business. So I learned about duplication while I assisted in the seminar in the office, because sometimes after work, I will not even go home. I'll try to assist in the seminar for an hour before going home, because the office was not very far from where I was then. So little by little, my team began to grow, and one day I realized I had over 30 people in the system, and 3 months after I qualified my first trip without actually understanding the system. Yes, I've not even mastered the compensation plan that much. I just know you have to bring people to consume the products in order to earn money. And that was how I started. So, well, I became motivated again with the commissions. The truth is, I didn't start getting much money, but if you minimize 1,000, then you're going to minimize 1 million. So my bonuses, I remember my first bonus at the end of the month was about 33,000 in francs CFA. So, but I told myself, if I can make 33,000 francs every week, it's going to help me fuel my car, and it's going to help me. We had this Awanjangi savings that we do. I say it's going to help me save more money. So that's actually what I began to do. I began to work to maintain at least 33,000 francs every week. So I needed to talk to at least 10 people every week. I give myself a target. I have to talk to at least 10 people every week. And by then I'd not mastered what we call performance bonus today. I didn't know much about bonuses. I only knew I was more versed with 24 or 4 PV, 6,000 francs, without knowing there was more to it. So the more I spoke to people, the more people came into the system. I realized that the bonus was not just 33,000 francs, but the bonus began to increase gradually. So one day I came into the office and I realized I was paid about 180,000. For me, that was much money. I was like, wow. If I get confirmed in this company, I'm sure they're going to be paying me 300,000 or 250, So, but here I already have 180. So if I have 200,000 every week, that's averagely 1 million at the end of the month. So why not giving more time here? So I'll be able to have more time to spend with my children, with my family, So that's that bonus of 180,000 francs really motivated me. I wasn't even interested to stay and be confirmed where I was. Yes, so I just wanted to build the company to see that I earn at least 200,000 francs a week constantly. Little did I know that it was just the beginning. So.
Wow. Now let me put it this way, because you talked about the issue you have with the ovarian cyst, then later you came back out of it, then you learn about duplication from the office. Now, because we know that in this business, many of us, we have rejection. Many of us have rejection. We have rejection over. But now you learn about duplication. How were you able to navigate? What were those things that you did? What were the propelling force that you had? Please to encourage some of us that just want to learn.
Well, the truth is, when I started, there was nothing. We were not very versed with digital boosting and all. So we did it the traditional way, like talking to your friends, talking to the people around you. Like I said, I used to go out during break to meet my classmates and their colleagues, just to talk to them about the business. So that is how we started. It was just as simple as that, like, hello, when are you free? can I pay you a visit? Or sometimes I will offer products to people. I used to be very good at, since we used to have promotion, I will offer products for people to taste. And eventually they will love the product and ask for more, or some will decide to just register because, you know, because of what they got from consuming the product. So that is how I started. It is, and then we had constant seminars in the office. I remember every Thursday in our office, we had trainings on Thursdays in the office. So I will always call my downlines to come for training. And it wasn't very easy for me to stand and train people because I'm not a public speaking type, but, you know, I really wanted something. So I had to push myself to start, you know, leading, you know, when the presenters are not there, like late SD Franklin used to be one of the presenters, even my upline SD Vivian too used to present. So, but now there were times that maybe they're out of town. I had to train myself at home, you know, train how to do demo, try it at home. So in case they are not there, I will do it, you know, so my downlines or my prospects will not be frustrated. Neither should the prospects of my downlines be frustrated. So I had to force myself into leadership by training myself and applying. So that's just it for a start. By then it was just the traditional method of doing, but we made sure every week we had at least 2 seminars. Then I believe so much in, you know, strategic marketing and then expansion. So that was, say, Bonapriso, for example. We have other places like Bonaberry who will find it very difficult to leave Bonaberry and come to Bonapriso. So we were like nearness to the market. Let's go, the few people we know in Bonaberry, let's go to Bonaberry and tell them to help, to bring the people they know so we can talk to them about the business. So we collaborated together as a team in order to grow. So sometimes we'll go from quarter to quarter, one VCMC to another to talk to people. We started traditionally. There was nothing like Zoom. By then we had not learned to do Zoom. We had not learned to, you know, even posting on Facebook came later. Yeah, so that's how we started, but we're very passionate about it. We made sure we did something every week. Yeah.
Now, something you said struck me. You said you forced yourself into leadership. Some of us do shy away because we know that leadership entails several discipline, commitment, and dedication. But you had to force yourself into leadership because those that were on your upline that knew how to do this stuff were not around. Now, we gather that you are a shy person, soft-spoken, you don't like to speak. And in the short space of time that you signed up between 2016 and 2021, you became 2-star director. I don't know, what was that structure? Apart from this one you have told us now, what was that structure you used? Because oftentimes I have interviewed some on this platform. They said they are introverts, but they have been introvert. They got to D7. Being introvert, they got to star director. What are those strategies you were trying to use? Please, we just want to learn.
Yeah. The truth is that I learned here how to like gather people. Like I said, we used to come together and decide, oh, okay, you have an aunt here, your aunt have signed up already. Can we go there? Is your aunt ready to gather 10 people for us? We started working like that as a team. So when we know this downline has a relative somewhere who is interested in the business, we go there as a team. And we did things like tea party. We'll prepare some lyricables and then invite people to, we made our presentations very relaxed. Yeah, we did that. And one thing which actually helped me is the manner in which I branded my business. When I graduated from MBA, we were told to go and create jobs and not to seek to go out and start, seeking to be employed. So when I began to get money in Longrich, my vision changed. A lot of things changed. My projects, my dreams, my goals became even bigger than I could imagine, because I was like, wow, it means I can raise money here to, to meet up with some of my dreams. So I began to brand myself because it wasn't very easy. My husband, for him, for example, he saw it as a hawking business. My wife has to stay out and sometimes come home late. So he didn't really see it that way. So me, I had to brand myself in the way that married women will not see, Longrich as a business for low class people. Yes, I think branding helped me a lot. It made me to bring big guns in the business. It made me, branding. I had to brand myself. The way I talk about Longrich is not the way others, really do talk about it, because I believe that the manner in which you present your business is the way people are going to take it. Even yourself, your personality, the way you put it in front of people is the way people are going to take you. So for me, I didn't do Longrich like a hockey business. Even my office is expensive and big. That's one part of branding, such that when some people got into it, like, how will you be able to pay this office? Even our manager exclaimed. But I think my office helped me to hit a star director rank very fast, and even the star director too, because it was easy for me to gather my team members, my leaders. Each person had a day to train his or downlines in my office without any stress. And it gave more confidence to the prospects, because when they get into the office, they are like, this woman cannot dupe me when she has this type of an office. So when they come in, they could easily invest VIPs, they could easily invest stockies, and sincerely, it was so easy for me to get people sign up. So that's what I really did branding, like in terms of myself, even the car. I tried as much as possible to upgrade myself in those levels.
There's no gainsaying what we are doing. One of the major attraction of Longrich products is the branding, because you have to see the pack of what you're buying before you use the products to experience. But the branding, like one of our store directors used to say, SD Chibuzo, because he's into the print and branding. So seeing the packaging of Longrich alone made him to fall in love with it. And so it is with me as well, because I'm into graphics, I'm into all that. Now, that reminds me of, I'll mention one of the popular on-air personalities in Nigeria, also a comedian, Teju Babyface. When he was growing up, starting his career, and he was trying to brand himself, and he went to Leke Older. Leke Older is a phenomenal mentor and an orator. He speaks, lectures. So he said he got there and he saw the letter-headed paper he brought, and he just told one of the boys that he should just wait in the conference room. And he threw back his letter-headed paper to him that the first thing you should know when you are presenting yourself is the brand. So how well are you branding yourself? How well are you branding yourself? Now, by then, his orientation changed. And look at all that changes life. Everybody, Teju Babyface is well known all over now. So there's no gainsaying when you talked about branding. Thank you so much, man, for bringing that. And my notes is getting full. I don't know. I don't have any extra book here. I don't know. My notes is actually getting finished. I have like just one page extra here. So now, as a woman, network marketing is populated with like 70% of women. You coming into network marketing because you said your husband said like hawking, and because you were actually disappointed with one of the network marketing company you deal with. Did you see your chance? How were you able to navigate your way through? Did you just think that this place is flooded with women? Will I be able to even have a chance? How were you able to make your way through? How are you able to climb that hill to the point of star director?
Well, actually, it was not very easy. Like I said, one of the ways was I did my own Longrich in a different way. Some people say, oh, mommy love and all those things. I created a relationship with my downlines. So I don't think I have many personal sponsors, or I even had by then, because it's now that I'm actually boosting pages that I'm able to have some people to personally sponsor. I had very few people whom I personally brought into the business. But what I do is I take more time in building those downlines, especially those who are graduates and perhaps they don't have money to move from one town to another. I always invested on them. I believe so much in plowing back of profit into your business. Yeah, I believe very much. I can create time to train you people well. If it is possible for me to displace myself, because the truth is I used to leave the house only when my husband is not around, when he did not believe in the business. When he's home, I can't go out. But when he goes out, I also create, yes, I used to prepare myself so well that I know all his programs and I prepare myself like that. So I can train my downlines, and so I can sometimes accompany them and come back home as early as possible. So as a woman, yes, it's not easy because I have to make sure my kids, they do not drop in school and or whatnot, but all of this is a matter of organization. You just need to organize yourself well and know what you need. Because for me, I had my goal and I really wanted, because after my first seminar, they spoke about scholarship. And scholarship at the time was at the level of Diamond 7. I witnessed Madame Taba's daughter who went to China. So nothing was going to make me, remove that from my mind. I wanted a scholarship so badly as to give it to my younger brother. So I had to look for strategies on how to do it. I had to draw my tree. I had to be very intentional, draw my tree to know, okay, this is what I need to do to build a Diamond 5 here, Diamond 5 leader here, Diamond 5 leader here. So I need to work with this person here and follow this person up, tell her this is what you need to go to Diamond 5. Okay, this person here needs to go to Diamond 4. This person here, we need to help this person, work with him to go to Diamond 5. I didn't focus on, building my children up. I focused more on my leaders because I was conscious that I don't have that free time to go out when I like to recruit people and bring. So my focus was on building leaders. And if I identify a leader who has enough time and who is free and intelligent, I invest on that leader. So for example, I worked so hard with a student, Fake Cynthia, Dr. Fake Cynthia, who is the star director now, is soon to be star director too. When she came, she was a student, but her talents were, she's got a lot of talents and she's very smart and intelligent. So I worked very closely with her and she had all the time. So that's just what I did as a woman on my own part, like investing on my downlines and sending them out. And when I'm available, I go with them. If I'm not available, I encourage them, finance them to go.
That's actually profound. Thank you so much for being vulnerable, at least for opening up. And we have that leadership with CIG and in person of 3-star director, Ima Drew. This is someone that actually invests so much in his leaders and this downlines. He has relationship with them. Like the relationship I have with him now, if I don't even know the generation I am to him, but he connects. He connects even to 15th to 20th generation. Though that's the type of person he is. So you're reaffirming that some of us should just buckle up to do that. Because some of us that you just only have like 8 generations or 10. So reach out to the 4th generations is even trouble for us. Thank you so much. Now, I want to take you back on the products. You talked about the panty liner and the sanitary napkin, what it did for you. And it's actually difficult for people to pick best product on Longrich because if you're a good product user, you tend to use virtually everything that comes across that you come across on with Longrich. So can you mention like 4 other products that are your best and why are they your best? So if you have any striking testimony apart from the sanitary napkin, you can also tell us.
Yeah, okay. Apart from the sanitary napkin, I had sensitive teeth. So after using our white teeth toothpaste, I realized I didn't have any sensitive teeth. Yeah, I realized all the symptoms had left me. So, well, the truth is I use almost all the products. Yeah, there's the bath gel, the olive bath gel. Oh, I love it so much, the olive bath gel. And now we have one artemisinin lotion, which is just my lotion, even the rejuvenating cream. Yes, for a long time, I don't need to buy lotion out of the company. I use only our company lotion, and it is good. Yeah, so I use the Longrich bath gel. I take berry oil. It's in the office. I use Atro. Atro helps me even for cough. I don't know, somebody is saying I can't hear. I don't know if it's
Go
okay.
ahead, we can hear you very loud and clear.
Okay, so
We can hear you very well.
yeah, I love Atro because Atro has helped my mom a lot, my grandmom. And personally, I have Atro at my bedside cupboard because I realized that each time I'm faced with cough, I start coughing. When I suck Atro, I get out of it. So I've even been recommending people, like the people who went to chat, some team members decided to go to chat. So I encouraged them to go to chat. And when one of them told me that, mommy, I'm sick, yes, I sent him to a Dr. Bird. I told him suck Atro. So when he sucked 3, I told him suck 3 Atro in the evening before you go to bed, and in the morning you can suck again. So by morning he was already feeling much better. He told me, mommy, I can breathe. I've not been coughing. I did not even cough throughout the night. So our products are amazing. It's true.
Please wait, because I can see someone putting like seriously. I know an average Longrich product does like 5 things, but this one you are saying that Afro helps with cough. I begin to wonder, maybe that's why I don't have cough, because I use Afro a lot. But
perhaps on ginger.
this is
because
this
it has ginger.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yeah.
Whoa. Longrich. In fact, thank God for you coming our way. That's what we can say. Wow. Afro, berry oil, toothpaste. You talked about the bath oil. You talked about the artemisinin lotion you also mentioned. I know it is difficult to actually unpick 5 and all that. There is no gainsaying or sugarcoating anything when we talk about the uses or the efficacy of Longrich products, except you use them for you to experience. Thank you so much for doing this for us tonight. Now, let me ask you to just encourage some of us that are struggling in the business. Some are stuck, and some are even considering giving up. And you have encouraged us with a topic that we should never stop climbing the hill. So what will be your advice for those struggling in the business?
Yeah, I really want to encourage them to keep climbing, and knowing is not enough. We must take action. That is why my team is Team Dominion, and we are the Faith in Action entrepreneurs. I tell them not to give up at any level, but to keep on climbing. I went through something in 2018. 2018, most of my team or of my leaders left, especially those on my weak leg. We understand when we talk about weak leg here, most of my leaders left, and some practically left the business, and others went to other network marketing company. I think that is when we had this Bitcoin, Bitwell stuff. Yeah, so, well, I really felt discouraged, and at the point in time, I began regretting why I did not allow myself to be confirmed in the office where I was. I felt so bad because my bonuses were not up to, sometimes it would be difficult for me to have up to $20, It was so difficult for me to accept that situation, but I had to accept it and to start building again from scratch. So, okay, now they started talking about going digital. I began to train myself how to do digital. I remember that was the very first time I left my town and went to another town to build there, which we actually came back with about 6,000 PVs. I went to one of my downlines, we worked there together, we came back with about 6,000. Wow. Yeah, I began, I just had to conceive a mindset of building from scratch. Yeah, because it is so, I had to learn digital, and also I paid. Like I said, I believe so much in plowing back of profit in the business. So I have so many downlines who are young, are vibrant, but they don't have money to pay for their digital classes. So I paid for them. I paid for so many, of my downlines. I paid for them to learn so we can duplicate together. And I also remember assisting some who wanted to leave their comfort zone. Some who did not really want to leave it. It wasn't going well. They were facing a lot of difficulties too. So when they come to me, especially boys, I will encourage them to go out by financing the whole trip to them. Sometimes we spend millions. It's true that it's not every time that you get results, but actually, we have been getting some good results on there. Some will come up with stockists, some will develop a new team of about over 200 people before they come, and you start realizing duplication. So, well, I'm like, well, I understand some of us were married, some of us already had some jobs that were giving up some money before we keyed the business, and maybe some of them just graduated and they don't have anything to do. So we need to assist them to go to other towns and build. And especially as Longrich is such that you work, you earn, I also earn at the top. So why not assist them? So I think that is what really helped me. So I don't give up, don't be discouraged, keep on building, just change your strategies. If you tried something and it did not work, think of another strategy. If it doesn't work, come on, change it. Yes, just keep changing the strategy. Just keep trying another one until when you meet the right one, and then you duplicate it. Because now I think investing on leaders to build themselves, they don't bring the PVs and give me and say, mommy, put it under your, no, they build themselves. But because they are under my team, the PVs come up to me. And most of the time, the only thing I worry of is my personal PVs. My personal sponsor PVs. So I think it is important. So create a very strong positive mindset when you want to do anything. It's very important. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You said about paying for some of them, some of your downlines to learn and all that. And as this quote, one of the things 3SD used to say is that if you don't pay to learn, you don't pay attention. So paying to learn, and you actually talk about investing in them. Thank you so much. On a last note, what are the things you are grateful for?
Wow.
In your journey with Longrich in the last 5 years?
Wow, I am grateful. I really want to thank God for this platform. I've achieved a lot, sincerely. If I were, say, in a bank or as an accountant somewhere, certainly I wouldn't have been where I am today in terms of my dreams. Yes, I've achieved a lot financially, and then the impact that the people around me have gotten thanks to Longrich. I see the life transforming platform, even to those who are not able to, to go to school like us, like some of us were privileged, So everybody has equal chance of becoming great in life. So this is an amazing platform. And the relationship that I've created, I have a new family. Longrich is like a new family. Yes, so it's amazing to be with Lonrichers. Remember the last time Nigerians came to Cameroon, we were like children from the same womb. And that is what Longrich is all about. So the products have been of great help to me and my family, especially my dad. Berry oil helped my father so much. He had heart failure. So berry oil too was of great help to my dad. So I'm grateful to my leader who introduced the business to me. Madame Taba is an amazing mother to me. Yes, she's my big sister and she's also like a mother to me. And I have a wonderful family. My leaders are wonderful. So SD Sandy is amazing.
Wow. Thank
Thank
God.
you.
Thanks so much. Wow. It's been an awesome time, good session we had. Even though as we are just saying it softly, it's penetrating our hearts. We are feeling the heat and all that. Thank you so much for making yourself available. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I want to call on Comfort to talk about SD Sylvia's leadership in just 1 to 2 minutes. You can unmute yourself now.
Yeah, good evening, and it's a privilege to be on this platform. Yeah, all right. It's evening in England. Yeah, thank you.
It's evening. So, it's evening in West Africa. We know, but you know, on Longrich platform, we say good morning at all times.
Okay. I'm new to Longrich, so I'm learning the culture. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay. Yes. You are pardon. Yes. I will have find you 3:30 PV, so it's okay.
Oh my God, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fine. Yeah. Right. So it's a privilege to actually be on this platform. This is my first Zoom meeting that I've attended, but SD Sylvia is a sister and a leader, a born leader. I know there are certain skills that you acquire. There are other skills that you're born with. You know, somebody once said, if you wake Beyonce up from sleep, she would sing, you know, and so she is a born leader. And she visited England recently, and it was just a privilege to have a revelation of the giftings of God in her life and the leadership skills and the nurturing attitude, not just from a dependency culture, but from empowering. And I'm sure she has re-echoed several times her leadership skills in empowering others. And I think for me, when I read the brochure of Longrich, that's what it's all about. And I think she's a reflection of what Longrich stands for. It's early days in my journey in Longrich, but from arm's length, I send her, you know, WhatsApp messages. She responds very promptly. You know, the people I've brought, you know, to her, she's coaching them, nurturing them, supporting them. Because again, like the seminars she organizes, like she's just been mentioning, like twice per week. We don't have the luxury here in England to have that kind of platform to be empowered, but remotely reaches out to us through every means. She's organized training for us and intends to organize even more. And like I said, I had the privilege on a one-to-one basis to actually see her reach out even while she was abroad on holiday, but stretching her arms to make sure that the leaders, you know, they are also not just about empowering others, but for others to also empower others. And you can see the metric system and how it works very well from her leadership skills. She is not taking all the credit for herself. She is making sure that that metric system works down the chain, because by so doing, inadvertently, she herself up the chain is benefiting from it. So I think it's something that I've also learned from her, and she has echoed it on this platform, and we can learn from her as a role model in Longrich. So I'm really grateful for her leadership skills, and it's a privilege to be under her leadership skill as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, this time, you two will be one of the leaders taking charge in England. Don't worry.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
That.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to call on the three-step director, Emmanuel Eduru. He's the author of the book Made in Worry, and the founder of Emmanuel Eduru Foundation. He will come, he will appreciate our guests, but before he says Jack Robinson on here, I will make him to do the compensation plan, but I will put up the Cameroon entry level. So for us to just take, and we can just flip through, and they will appreciate our guest. So join me as I welcome three-star director, Emmanuel Eduru. You're welcome, boss.
Thank you very much, Simply Seton, and then thanks to our guest speaker for today, to SD Sylvia. Before we proceed, let me just quickly run through how you can actually become a partner in Longrich. It is basically a registration that is free, and you just need to buy products that you will use, fast-moving consumer goods, your daily products you use in the home, from your toothpaste to your soap to your cream to your shampoo and all that. These are things we use every day. What Longrich is saying is switch your brand to the Longrich brand. You don't need to pay anything for registration. Those products you want to pick, they have points that is attached to them. We call product value or point value. Now, each point value, when added together, could qualify you for either silver, gold, platinum, or VIP. For that, we have the Q Silver, which is about 60 PV. We have the gold, which is silver 120 PV, gold 240 PV, platinum 720 PV, the VIP 1680 PV. Now, the actual cost of these qualifying PVs differs because it depends on the actual products you have picked that will determine what you are going to pay. So the prices you see there, they are actually estimated. So it depends on what you pick. It could be less, it could be more. So that is just that. Then when you do that, how do you grow the business? In trying to initiate your registration, you need to still activate it if you want to run the business. That is making extra income while you use the products. That is, you get 3 legs. These 3 legs, they are going to do exactly what you have just done. Buy the products, use the products, share the testimony and the opportunity that is involved. You grow it at your own pace. You are not under any pressure to do that, and there is what we call leadership. Out of these 3 persons you've brought, if one of these persons starts earning, automatically you are a leader, and there is what we call leadership bonus that is attached to that. Multiple streams of income starts coming. Now, these bonuses, they come in weekly if your activity is coming up weekly. And when I say your, I am talking about the 3rd person plural, which is you and your team. Now, there is no mandatory monthly purchase. What I mean by that is you don't need to buy every month to qualify for something or lose something. You buy when you need, and if you don't buy, it will not prevent you from earning some of the bonuses. Now, your points are never flushed. The point you use in qualifying for trips, the same point you build upon to qualify for car. Points you started with from the beginning will follow you to the top of the business and just keep, adding up. And that is all about the entry level. As for those of you that are yet to join the platform, I will say, get back to the person that invited you to this Zoom meeting. Tell the person your experience and what you have learned and how you could come on board. All you need to do is tell the person, if the person is far from you, I need 2 codes from you, the sponsor's code and the placement's code. Once the person gives you this code, he has empowered you to go and do your registration. All you need to do is look for the nearest stockists that will code in your details, and off you go. You will be boarded. So thank you for listening. And we're back to our guest who gave us something so significant. I knew we would not be able to get all today from her because she said so much, and I was just looking at the time and say, oh my God, I wish we could extend this thing, but it's not possible. Now, I heard some things which I want every listener here to take note of. She said she came on board because of pressure, not because she was looking for money. She was already working also. And she just started sharing testimonies of the products. Sharing testimonies of the products. Are you still struggling with this business? Learn how to share testimonies. And for you to share testimony of the product, you need to use the products. Our source of motivation was the commission that was coming in. Even though it was not big, it was consistent because she was also consistent in team expansion. And because of that, she set a target for herself on a weekly basis, not monthly targets, not yearly targets, but weekly target, because the business is paid based on weekly activities. So take note of that. She set target for herself. You know, though she had limited knowledge, she kept the team expansion going. How? Sharing the testimony. And when people want to buy, she allows them to buy at company price, which enables them to register. She was always training in the head office. She kept talking about training team, training team. You know, she forced herself to improve her knowledge. If you are listening to all this, check yourself, do some self-appraisal. If actually you've been able to do all this in a consistent manner. Even when our uplines were not around, she will go behind the scenes to train herself. Let us take note of successful people, what they do behind the scenes, because they come here to leave clues for us to tap from and go and do something. And when she now talked about strategies, did you hear her strategy? She was organizing private home presentation, giving it a name, tea party, coffee lunch, you know, job creation, then finally the branding and upgrading. That is a super one, branding and upgrading. She needed to upgrade herself so that people who are looking at her will know that, yes, we have not come to the wrong place. And when she talked about branding, she decided not to do this on her own. She was focusing on team retention while she was branding. She was not thinking of herself, oh, I want to go and sponsor people. I want to compete. She was not competing with her team members, but rather she was trying to use her time for the team and her knowledge. Exactly that is what team retention is. And that is one of the strongest ways to keep your team alive, so that when the tsunami comes, where team leaders will begin to leave in droves, you will still remain alive. You know, she had a rough time. She had a challenging times, but she was still earning even at that note, no matter how small. And gradually, she was able to rebuild again. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear some of these things, it is not rocket science. It is all about putting into practice what you have heard from people that are successful. No successful man, no successful woman has gone to the top without falling. No successful man, no successful woman that does not have stories behind it. And it is a continuous thing, because the graph of the entrepreneur is not a straight line graph. It keeps going up and down, up and down. Where you are today in this business, are you giving up? Are you experiencing challenges? If you are doing that, that does not mean you should give up. Re-strategize. That is all I can say to everybody. Once again, to our SD, I say, welcome and thank you for what you have given to us in part 1. We are expecting part 2 from you at a given date, which will be announced in the nearest future. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, we can't thank you enough for honoring this invitation. Yeah, I enjoy people like you, being introverted, soft-spoken, shy, but what you dish out are always so profound. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody. To get this recording and previous editions, log into YouTube, Longrich CIG, subscribe, and click on the notification button to get notified when we upload our videos. I'm Simply Seton. See you next week. Have a good evening.
Goodbye.